Okay, welcome to page 51. For this page, we are going to need a ruler and a highlighter. For this question, we are going to be rolling a pair of dice, meaning two dice. For this section here, it wants us to list out all of the total possible outcomes using two dice. I'll show you a quick visual of what this looks like, and then we will start recording our answers for this first section. So what it will look like for the very first option is each dice will have 1 and 1. Another option could be 1 for this one and 2 for the second option. This is another option. Option number 3 would look something like this. And we're going to do this all the way until we reach all of the possible outcomes for this being a 1 for the first dice. And then we restart. We are going to be starting with a 2 this time. And we will go through the motions of all of the possibilities for the second dice. And here's how we're going to work it out up here. Let's start by writing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is going to represent our first dice. Let's start working on our other numbers. We have 1 and 2. Actually, before I get started, let's draw our lines to make sure that everything is nice and evenly spaced out. All right, let's continue this first row. Whoops, I made a really big mistake that I just caught. This is supposed to be a 1. This is why we like to write on pencil, ladies and gentlemen. Do as I say, not as I do. I apologize. I'm going to come back to this later, but this second number should be a 1. Now that this first row is done, we're just going to add some brackets so we can see our answers very clearly. All right, let's work on the second row. And now let's put our brackets around our answers. All right, let's work on the third row. And this fourth row. Let's work on row number 5. And now let's work on the last row here. All right, let's now write out our probability formula. Let's find out what our total is. We know that this first row has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different options for us to choose from. Plus, in the second row, we have another 6. Plus, we have another 6. Plus, another 6. Plus, another 6. Plus, one more 6. We have a total of 36 possible outcomes. Okay. For the next set of questions 1 to 5, what I would like you to do is set up your questions just like we did for this first question. Okay, take about the next 5 minutes to write these out. Now that we are back, let's start setting up our probability formulas. Okay, now we start our investigation. For question number 1, it says find the probability of showing an even number on both dice. Okay, let's go through our set and see if we can find all of our even numbers on both dice. This whole first row is completely canceled out because each number starts with a 1. So this row is no good. This row, we have a couple of to choose from. Those are 2 even numbers on both dice. And those are our totals for row number 2. Row number 3 all start with an odd number. So this row is no good. For row number 4, those are our options for both even numbers. Row number 5 all start with an odd number. So this row is no good. And now we have our last row. If you can see the pattern, we are going to be highlighting those numbers. All right, let's count how many we have for our desired number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is going to go here. For question number 2, find the probability of showing an odd number on the second dice. All right, we're only looking at the second numbers. I can see a pattern that this whole first row has all odd numbers for the second number. Here, the second number is all even, so we are not going to be choosing those numbers. This row here has all odd numbers for the second dice. So we can highlight all of those. This row here, the second dice is all even. So we're going to leave those alone. And this will be our last row where the second dice is all even, or sorry, is all odd. And now from here, we are going to be counting all of our desired. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 out of 36. All right, question number 3. Find the probability of not showing prime numbers on the first dice. All right, let's first find out what the prime numbers are. Prime numbers, I'm going to write over here. We're going to write prime numbers on a dice and not prime. The prime numbers on a dice, as a refresher, are 2, 3, and 5, which means the not prime numbers are 1, 4, and 6. So what we want to do is we want to find these numbers on the first dice. All right, let's take a look. Let's start finding all of the dice on the first dice that start with a 1. This whole row starts with a 1, which is not a prime. 4. This whole row starts with a 4. And this whole row starts with a 6. Let's find out how many numbers that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 over 36. For this question here, find the probability of showing prime numbers on both dice. Prime numbers on both dice. Let's start going through our options. First, we have 2 and 2. Then we have 2 and 3. And then we have 2 and 5. Next, we have 3 and 2. We have 3 and 3. And 3 and 5. Next, we have 5 and 2. 5 and 3. And 5 and 5. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, number 5. Find the probability of showing same numbers on both dice. All right, let's start with 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 5, and 6 and 6. Let's count up our desired numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have a total of 6 out of 36. All of these questions are able to go a second step, but for the purpose of these videos, this is as far as we are going to take it. If you stuck with me, congratulations. We just made it through page 51. I will see you on page 52.